Hi, welcome to Teaching the Spy Hop Way. My name is Mike, and this is Part 1, Create. Whenever we're starting with a new group of students, we usually want them to create something their very first time with us. That's getting over that initial creative hurdle, that sense of gratification for having completed something. We want to establish this early on by setting a low barrier for success and creating low pressure, fun, and fast projects that students can do. We'll reach a point of being able to approach deeper subjects of self-identity and civic engagement once we've established some trust with these young people, but to get to that point requires some new approaches in the classroom. At Spy Hop, we've grown to love the Hamago pedagogy. If you're familiar with Hamago, it stands for hanging out, messing around, and geeking out. 3 really simple concepts, right? And these are tested methods of creating an environment for young people to feel comfortable and thrive. And we've had a lot of practice figuring out how to implement these at Spy Hop over the years. The hanging out aspect needs to be felt immediately. This is that less formal exchange, some small talk, maybe some deep talk, but this is where we can take a back seat to the young people in the room and follow the direction that they want to go. The young people we work with need the freedom to comfortably hang out and connect, the space to mess around and try out new ideas and explore things, and the guidance from their teachers or mentors to take that thing, turn it on its head, and understand it forwards, back, inside, and out. It's a really powerful tool when all of these elements come together to spark genuine interest in a variety of subjects for young people. Keyword being genuine. And now we're going to learn a quick, accessible, fun project that you can try with your students or even at home with your family. Here's Gabby to pull back the curtain on photo stitching.
Hi y'all, welcome to Spy Hop Art Shop. My name is Gabby and I'll be your mentor for today's project. Today I'm going to walk you through how to photo stitch using an online platform called Pixlr. I like Pixlr a lot because it's a really powerful tool and also completely free, so you can still make high quality images and memes at no cost to you. All you're going to need for today's project is a computer and a stable internet connection. Let's get started. Photo stitching, also known as image stitching, is the process of taking 2 separate images and creating a digital edit of them to create a new single image. Picking an idiom or common phrase is an easy way to start working on this project. I picked the saying, "a wolf in sheep's clothing." I wrote my idiom down and underlined the keywords in my idiom. Then I went to my web browser and did a Google search to find the pictures of my keywords. A tip: it's important that when you're searching for your components, you use high quality or high definition images. Editing in Pixlr with high definition images will mean that your end product will be cleaner and clearer. Once you've found the components for your idiom, save them to a safe place. I created a folder on my desktop named after my idiom and saved my components in that folder. Back in your browser, type pixlr.com into the search bar. There are 2 versions of Pixlr, the Advanced and the Playful. For this project, we're going to use Playful Pixlr X. Import your components into Pixlr by clicking the Open Image option on the left-hand side of your Pixlr window. Make sure the first image is the one that you want at the bottom of your photo stitch, or in other words, is the image you plan on adding to or distorting. Once you have your base image in Pixlr, make a duplicate layer just so that you have a backup. Now import your top layer and start editing. I know I want to remove the head from my sheep, or base layer, and then put the wolf's head where the sheep's head used to be. To do this, I need my Retouch toolkit, which is found by clicking on the icon 5 icons up from the bottom, right above the paintbrush icon. When your Retouch window opens, click on the icon that looks like a stamp, which is your clone tool. Notice that once I've clicked on the section of the sheep I wanted to clone, that the toolkit automatically changes from source to paint. Now I can use my clone stamp to cover up my sheep's face in a way that blends in with the rest of its body. I do the same thing around the sheep's ears, but clone the grass in the photo instead to keep the general shape of the sheep's body the same. Next, I need to remove all the background from the picture of my wolf. Click on your Cutout toolkit, which is the scissor icon in your toolbar on the left-hand side. There are many tools you can use to cut out a small piece of a larger picture, from the Shape Cutout tool, the Magic Wand tool that lets you select large portions of similar colors to delete, the Paint Cutout tool, which lets you paint over spots you want to remove, and the Lasso tool, which lets you draw, starting from one point on your photo, around a section. When you connect the first dot and the end dot of your lasso, the center of that lasso will disappear. I used a combination of all the tools to isolate my wolf's head. Now I need to resize my wolf's head to make sure it looks proportionate to the sheep's body. I do this using my Arrange tool, the icon second from the top that looks like 4 crossing arrows. Arrange allows me to resize using the corner squares, rotate using a circular knob at the top of my arrangement squares, and I can even flip and rotate by 90 degrees using some of the tools in this toolkit. Lastly, I want to adjust the color of my wolf's head so that it looks natural in the picture of the sheep's body. Go to your Adjust toolkit, the icon 5th from the top. Here, I can play around with the temperature, warmth or coolness, change the tints and hues of my wolf, add or remove shadows, and much, much more. Play around with these details to give your photo stitch some style and character. Make sure you save your changes by clicking the Apply button at the bottom of your Adjust toolkit. Once your photo stitch is everything you want it to be, click the Save button at the bottom right-hand side of your Pixlr.com window. Name your project and download your completed photo stitch. I'm new to photo stitching, so I tried to choose an idiom that was easy for me to visualize and also seemed pretty easy to edit together. Which idiom will you choose? Challenge yourself to photo stitch an idiom together and see if your friends and family can guess what the phrase is. Then, email your piece to us at artshop@spyhop.org. We'd love to see it. Thanks for creating with me, and I'll see you next time.